So let's try to wrap up this first few paragraphs of the Wikipedia cultural appropriation website article. Now we're looking at this third paragraph. Those who see this appropriation as exploitative, stumbling over my words, state that cultural elements are lost or distorted when they are removed from their originating cultural context, and that such displays are disrespectful or even a form of desecration. Cultural elements that may have deep meaning to the original culture may be reduced to exotic fashion or toys by those from the dominant culture. So, what that sentence is saying is that not only is it troublesome when somebody from the large group of people that's in charge takes something from a smaller group of people that doesn't have enough as much power, it can also diminish or reduce or take away from what it is they're actually taking. So if we go back to our example about blue people from the ocean and green people from the mountain, and the green people from the mountain have taken the seashell necklaces that are so important to the blue people. They've taken those necklaces, but they haven't given the necklaces the same context or meaning within the Green Mountain people culture. So that is taking it out of that context and not staying true or valuing the seashells in the same way. And that takes away from the powerfulness of that part of that culture. It takes away from the meaning of that part from that culture. This person has written that when this is done, the imitator who does not experience that oppression is able to play temporarily an exotic other without experiencing any of the daily discriminations faced by other cultures. So, in other words, what they're saying is when you're not a part of the original culture, but you take things from that culture, you also get to have all the good, but none of the bad. So let's go back to our blue ocean people, green mountain people. The blue ocean people, they are a smaller group. They don't have as much power as the green mountain people. Now the green mountain people have taken the seashell necklaces and they haven't kept the same meaning for those seashell necklaces, but also they haven't had to deal with anything that the blue ocean people have had to deal with. They haven't had to live the lives and experience the same struggles and problems that the blue ocean people have experienced. So now not only are they taking things from their culture, now not only are they making those things less meaningful because they're taking them out of context, but they're also not even helping the culture that they have taken things from, and they're not even acknowledging that that culture has struggles. Finally, the concept of cultural appropriation has also been heavily criticized. Critics note that the concept is often misunderstood or misapplied by the general public, and that charges of cultural appropriation are at times misapplied to situations such as trying food from a different culture or learning about different cultures. Others state that the act of cultural appropriation, as it is usually defined, does not meaningfully constitute social harm, or the term lacks conceptual coherence. Additionally, the term can set arbitrary limits on intellectual freedom, artist self expression, reinforce group divisions, or promote a feeling of enmity or grievance rather than of liberation. So basically, this is saying that some people are arguing that this whole idea of cultural appropriation being bad isn't always the case, because sometimes it's misused. Sometimes people are trying to learn about another culture. Sometimes it's an artist doing individual expression. So you have to be really careful and understand that sometimes you can borrow from another culture and it's not bad.